Welcome to the Green Chair interviews. Today we have Janay Nugent from the History Department. Welcome, Janay. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We would like to know, what is your philosophy of teaching?
My philosophy of teaching is really driven by my main teaching objective, which is to inspire students to be active and engaged citizens. And so through that, I try to inspire things like oral and written communication skills, critical and analytical thinking, understanding complex contributing factors to a problem, and that sort of a thing.
Okay, so in a typical class of yours, what kinds of things have worked and what kinds of things have not worked?
I think the things that work for me are trying to move outside the box for typical types of assignments, and that's the things that usually work for me. So they are all trying to inspire those skills with students, and so things like debates. I like debate assignments, and often I like the students to look at the debate beforehand, get together as a group and pre-debate it, so that when they come into the classroom they have a set answer as well as some other supporting evidence, so that they can really present their argument in an effective manner, and the students will come together in a number of different groups that will have thought about the debate in different ways, and they bring it to the class and we can have really effective debates. So that's one thing that seems to work for me. I also like assignments where students have to really try to understand. I teach the early modern period in history, and that's basically 1500 to 1800, and I want students to think about what it would have been like to live during that point in time, and what motivated people, and what were the contributing factors that influenced them. So I often get them to sort of think about themselves from that particular perspective.
Wow, that's a great idea. Mm-hmm. So how would you prepare for a typical class?
Well, it depends on whether or not it's junior level or senior level class.
Okay.
The junior level classes, they're largely lecture based, the first and second years, and so prepare the lectures and present PowerPoints and think about questions that I want to ask the class as we're going through, things that I can get them engaged with as we're going through the lecture format. In the senior level classes, it is a lot more seminar discussion and sometimes some lectures, but mainly seminars, and so I will prepare with questions, trying to come up with readings that will engage students on a number of different levels. So I often give them choices of readings that they can pick from, so that it is something that they're interested in reading, they can get involved with, engaged, and excited about, so that when we come to the class, then we're looking at a variety of different perspectives when on a particular topic.
Okay, so when you have your class debates or getting your students to think of themselves in a particular time period, how do you know what's working for the students?
Well, usually I talk to them. That's one of, I guess, part of my teaching philosophy is that open communication with the students is really, really important. We talk about, this is the assignment, and these are my pedagogical reasons why I'm asking you to do this particular assignment. This is what I want you to get out of it, which is always is useful, because then the students are like, okay, now I know why I'm doing this, which is quite helpful. And so then as we're working through the assignments and they're preparing for the assignments, I talk to them about it a lot and try to deal with whether or not there's problems or not problems. Whenever I'm trying something new, even the first couple of times that I try something new, I get them to do a written feedback form as well, so that I know what's working, I ask them what the positives are, what the negatives are, and any suggestions for improvements, and that's usually a pretty good way of deciding whether or not it's working or not working. So that first guinea pig class, we'll never know quite for sure, but often it works, and I can fine tune that as I go along.
Well, this all sounds really wonderful. Thank you for joining us today, Janay.
Thank you.